When people hear the words stay-at-home husband, they don't picture respect. They don't picture dignity. They picture a man who wakes up at noon, eats chips on the couch, maybe plays video games all day while his wife pays the bills. They assume weakness, laziness, uselessness. That's what people saw when they looked at me. Or at least, that's what they chose to believe. I married Lydia 5 years ago. Lydia, the unstoppable force. A partner at one of the most prestigious law firms in the city. The kind of woman who could walk into a courtroom and silence the entire place with a single sentence. She was sharp, relentless, and brilliant. And she loved her work. When we first got married, I was still in finance. Long hours, constant travel, endless deadlines. I did okay, but Lydia was something else. Her career wasn't just taking off, it was rocketing into the stratosphere. One night, over takeout cartons and too much wine, we had the conversation that changed everything. If we both keep working like this, she said, we're going to see each other less than 10 hours a week. She was right. Between her late nights at the firm and my endless spreadsheets, our marriage was on a clock. Something had to give. I thought about it for a long time. And finally, I told her, you go chase it. I'll hold down the home base. So I left my job. Just like that, I swapped boardrooms for grocery runs, client calls for laundry, meetings for meal prep. I wasn't resentful about it. In fact, there was something deeply satisfying about making sure our world ran smoothly. Bills paid on time. Clean clothes in the closet. Hot meals on the table. Lydia could go into battle every day knowing her base camp was safe. But people don't see that. When family and friends asked, so what do you do now? And I answered, I stay home, manage the house. Their faces twisted, eyebrows raised, smirks appeared. Some laughed right in front of me. Must be nice, they'd say. A man of leisure. Or, so Lydia's the real boss in your house, huh? Or my personal favorite. Don't you feel like less of a man? I bit my tongue a lot. Because how do you explain that manhood isn't about a paycheck? It's about sacrifice, partnership, and strength in ways people don't always see. All of this came to a head at Lydia's cousin Angela's wedding. Angela was young, radiant, and marrying into another family with money. The whole affair was extravagant. Chandeliers dripping with crystals, a ballroom lined with white roses, waiters carrying trays of champagne. At the rehearsal dinner, the jokes started. A cousin raised his glass and said, Marcus, how's retirement treating you? Everyone laughed. Another chimed in. Do you at least wear an apron when you cook, or does Lydia buy you one with ruffles? More laughter. Even the bride's father got in on it. Better keep Lydia happy, son. Don't think she won't trade you in for a model who brings home a paycheck. The laughter was crueler this time, sharper. I could feel my face burning. Lydia shifted uncomfortably beside me, but she didn't say anything. I forced a smile, swallowed the humiliation, and let the moment pass. But inside, it hurt. The next day at the reception, the jokes continued. Groomsmen made cracks about me being the kept man, a table of ants, whispered about how embarrassing it must be for Lydia to have a husband who does nothing, and every laugh dug the knife a little deeper. I thought that night would end with me feeling small, invisible, forgotten. But then Angela, the bride herself, stood up to give her speech. She thanked her parents. She thanked her new husband. She thanked the guests for coming. And then, out of nowhere, she said, there's one more person I need to thank tonight, Marcus. My heart stopped. All eyes turned to me. Angela's voice was steady, but her eyes were wet. You all laugh at him. I've heard the jokes, too. The lazy husband. The one who lives off Lydia. The man with no ambition. But none of you know the truth. None of you know what Marcus did for me. The room fell silent. She took a breath and continued. 3 years ago, I was spiraling. After my last breakup, I was drinking too much, staying out too late, destroying myself. My parents didn't know how bad it was. My friends didn't see it. But Marcus did. He showed up. He checked on me. He brought me meals when I forgot to eat. He drove me home when I was too far gone to stand. He sat with me on nights when I told him I didn't want to live anymore. He never judged me. He never exposed me. He just cared. And when it came time for me to get real help, it was Marcus who drove me to rehab, quietly, without telling a soul. He reminded me every single day that I was worth saving. Her voice cracked. Lydia squeezed my hand under the table, her nails digging into my palm. I stand here today, Angela said, lifting her glass. Sober, healthy, married, alive, because of Marcus. He may not bring home a paycheck, but he brings something far greater. Loyalty, strength, love, and if you can't see that, then you don't know what a real man is. The ballroom erupted in applause. People stood, clapping, some wiping their eyes. The same uncles and cousins who had mocked me the night before suddenly couldn't meet my gaze. The bride's father looked like someone had slapped him. And me? For the first time in years, I didn't feel small. I felt seen, truly seen. Lydia leaned close and whispered, I should have defended you sooner. I'm sorry, but I'm so proud of you. In that moment, everything changed. The whispers, the laughter, the sideways looks, they didn't matter anymore. Because the truth had come out in front of everyone. And sometimes the truth is louder than any joke. Thank you for watching.